All right, hello everybody, and welcome to the live developer Q&A for NS2 COMBAT. I'm Wasabi1, and today I am joined by Mr. Alex Hayton. How are you, sir?
Hi, how's it going?
I'm doing very
I'm
well.
good.
I just realized I'm looking at my production monitor and saying hello to you as if you're right next to me, and so it looks like I'm just staring off to the side. That's a little odd. So I'm going to look right at my camera and say hello everybody. Welcome to this Q&A. Why are we here? Alex, why are we here? What is this all about? We've done it before, but let's tell everybody why we're here again.
Cool. Well, hopefully today we're going to show some gameplay footage from our new game, Natural Selection 2 Combat. We can talk you through how it works and some of the new stuff we've done. Yeah, that's the plan.
So, wait, did I hear you right? Are we actually going to be seeing the real game? In-game
Yes.
footage, like playing?
Yes.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
That's right. Wasabi1 right here is going to be playing in-game, and I'm going to die a lot. But that's okay, because we still get to show you the awesomeness of NS2 Combat. So before we dive in, we just want to tell you a few things. This is an open Q&A. You are more than welcome to ask any question at any time. Whether or not it gets answered will depend on, well, if we see it or not. So just put your questions in the Twitch chat. We've got lots of friends helping us put questions in a document for us to look at. And Alex, is there anything you want to say before we, kind of reveal the opening of the game?
I guess the first thing I'd like to say is obviously this is still in development. So if you see any stuff that doesn't look quite right, it's probably because we're still working on it. And it's very much still in alpha. So there's a lot of stuff that will change before release as well. So just start with that disclaimer.
Yes, the disclaimer is what you see is not what you get, folks. But we hope you like what you see, because it's pretty awesome. I've been playing with it a little bit this morning. Like I said, getting wrecked. But let's go ahead and launch this bad boy. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's just go in.
All right. So I'm going to hit my button here, and I'm going to wait for a second, because it's going to take a second to open it up. But, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time on public stream, NS2 Combat. All right, so right off the bat, Alex, I got to say this. It's a different menu than what people that have Natural Selection 2 are used to seeing, but let's talk about Combat as its own game, because, that's really what this is. Combat is, a standalone here. It's a different type of gameplay. It's a different look and feel, but it's in that Natural Selection universe.
Yes.
So kind of explain to me, what is Combat at its core?
So Combat's an action game at its core. We try to get the essence of Natural Selection 2 and boil it down into something that's kind of, you can just pick it up and play it. And it's a lot more fast-paced. It's a lot less reliant on having good team strategy. I guess talking about it as someone if you've never played at Natural Selection 2 before, it's a simple Space Marines versus aliens. It's a bit like Alien versus Predator, but it's slightly different. So the alien side, for them, it's very much a stealth game at the beginning. And then as they grow stronger, it becomes more like a sort of stomping around the map in a huge rhino type game. And then for the Space Marines, it's like a Twitch shooter. You have to really sort of watch yourself, cover your teammates. And then that eventually becomes something where you get more chance to develop. You can become an engineer character, or you can just become a giant robot suit and plow through the level with that. So there's lots of options for how you want to play.
So again, for those who haven't played Natural Selection 2, I guess the best way to really explain this then would be it's humans versus aliens. There are different classes. There are different abilities. We're going to show some in-game stuff here in just a little bit of how you can evolve into those different aliens and how you can get different weapons from Marines and, just how the combat works. What you're seeing on screen right now is all of the alien classes available to you. And I'm sure next time the menu loads, it'll probably give us the cool Marine one or the two pitted against each other. The main menu is pretty cool too. I like the layout and just kind of showing off the game and some of the pretty life forms that are in it. But let's go ahead and jump into a game. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it. Just want to say something about the main menu. Obviously, that's still an alpha version. We're planning to add a stats window to that. And also, we want to have it so there's just a simple play now button. It'll just take you straight into a game of people with your skill level. so that you don't have to mess around too long finding a server or whatever.
So we're joining a map called Kestrel or Kestriel?
Yes.
How do you
Kestrel.
pronounce it? Kestrel. There we go.
It's a bird of prey.
Oh, all right. So these maps, how big are these maps?
They're quite small. So in our standard game mode, which we're calling combat for now, we're having, you can get from one end of the level to the other in about a minute, or even in the smaller ones about 30 seconds, depending on which life form you choose. So you'll very quickly get straight into the action. You don't spend too long wandering around, wondering where everybody is. We've also put into the game a lot of hints. So the first time you play, it'll tell you what you need to do, where you need to go. Really, it'll even sort of tell you which direction to go to get to the enemy team space. So, yeah.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm in this ready room. I've got all these different rooms that we're looking at. I can play as aliens or Marines. So I'm going to go ahead and just jump into Marines. Mm-hmm. And immediately I'm getting this message that says I'm awarded 542 XP. So I'm getting experience. Why am I getting experience?
So one of the core mechanics in the game is to make it so that if you're behind the rest of your team or behind the flow of the game generally, you'll get given catch-up experience. So if someone dies who's near you on the enemy team, you get experience for that just for being around. And you get it proportional to the difference between your levels. So if you're low level, you'll get more points for playing a high level person, etc. The game's worked out that you're behind and given you a catch up, basically, in this case.
All right, and so as I gain experience, I'm seeing these points unlock where it says like 3 upgrade points. And then I have this thing that's telling me I've got a buy menu. So let's go ahead and take a look at the buy menu.
Build structure and waypoint.
All right. Again, alpha. So we're just going to hit buy here a couple times till it streams incorrectly.
All working your side? Cool.
Hopefully working. Okay, here we go. There we go. All right, so this is the new buy menu for those of you that play well, now I'm dead. But for those of you that play the current mod, but it's a little bit different. And so let's explain this here. On the left-hand side, you can see kind of those different Marine classes you were talking about as far as being an actual Marine or the mechanized suit, which is the exo suit. Mm-hmm. And you can purchase those for, it's giving you point values and everything for those different kinds of things. I like how you're explaining the different parts about all these. The shotgun's a high damage at close range. Grenade launcher is a 4-shooter with high explosive rounds. And each of these has a point value. So as I gain points, I can choose to purchase these items. Correct?
Yes, that's right. There's also a minimum level requirement. So the game plays very differently at low level than at high levels. So as it continues, new options become available that even if you had the points for them, you might not be able to buy them yet. Another thing we want to add to the menu that isn't in there right now is we want to put some videos in that explain very simply what each of the upgrades does, just visually. So when you're hovering over it, you can just get a very quick idea of what it is, because the descriptions are fine, but they don't always translate well.
So one of the other things that I'm noticing in here is, there's equipment, and then there seems to be up at the top kind of these upgrades for armor and damage. So as I gain points, I'm also able to increase my effectiveness or my defensibility, correct?
That's correct, yes. And in fact, it's quite important to upgrade those things. At the higher levels, you'll be needing to do it in order to stay up with how the aliens are evolving. So they get a lot more health as time progresses. So you'll need them.
I can also buy cool things like grenades and other items.
We have laser mines like in GoldenEye. They're in. We've got a few. Yeah, we've added quite a few new abilities.
All right. So there's also this command station. So this is kind of like the Marine main structure, right? This is kind of the alpha centric for their base. The aliens also have their own mechanic like this as well, right?
Yeah, so the aliens have a hive, which is their central point. That's where they respawn. It's the thing they need to defend. And the Marines have the equivalent on their side, which is this command station. There are other buildings in the game as well, but if that one gets destroyed, you're out. That's the game over. So if you notice, there's a countdown timer at the top, but you basically have that amount of time to finish the game. And then your command structure is really what's deciding who wins or loses as well. So you notice at the top we've got the icons showing you the healths of both sides, so you can tell if that's getting damaged or whatever.
And if the time runs out, then in a round, what happens? I mean,
so you have 5 minutes of overtime, at which point you can't heal the hive or the command station anymore, and after that you're not able to, like, everything gets to the point where it's trying to make you finish the game in that 5 minutes, and then if that 5 minutes ends, then it'll end the game for you. So it's time boxed to 15 minutes.
So obviously, like we're seeing, this combat can get really kind of crazy and intense, and that's kind of what you want, right? I mean, it's meant to be close quarters combat, very aggressive gameplay, small maps, so that it really just kind of takes off, right? Great. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the other... Oh, I got a lurk in my face here. Look at that. Okay, so I just got a point for killing that lurk. Got some great XP. Let's talk about some of the weapons here. Oh, what is this? A cannon. Shoots high caliber explosive rounds. Now, being someone that's played NS2, I've never seen this weapon before. I'm going to buy it. Oh, wait. I can't buy it because I probably have to have something else first.
No, you just need to be a high enough level. What you could do is cheat. I've just put cheats on the server if you want to do it, if you want to show it off. So if you go into the console and you type give XP, all one word, and then a space, and then 2000, let's say. That should give you enough. And then press enter.
Alright, so yeah, now it's unlocked. I can see it's unlocked by the little nanites floating around there. Oh my god. So it's like this pulse rifle. Looks pretty cool here. How many shots do I get out of this thing?
You'll get 10. So 10 in a clip. It's designed to be now, Natural Selection 2 is great if you're good at Twitch shooters, but what we found is, well, certainly I found that I'm not that good at killing the faster enemies. So this weapon has a slight radius around where you're firing. So if you get nearly in the right place, it will do the damage that you need to do.
So a little bit of area of effect going on here.
Exactly. So it's designed for players who are, not comfortable with the sort of very precision weapons, and they just want something that they can pick up and just shoot some stuff. I think we'll increase the area of effect, and there's some more balance changes we need to make to it. But its main purpose is as a sort of late game, it will clear rooms full of little aliens quite quickly.
Well, I'm digging it. And as I spawn, I'm noticing I'm coming back with like the last weapon I upgraded and chose. So that's kind of cool as well. Is there anything that I don't respawn with as far as upgrades go?
It really only affects the alien team and the very high level, the robot suit, exosuit that you can get into. Those ones you're limited to a certain amount of time before you can buy them again, to stop the team just getting filled up with players using those life forms.
Alright, so I got some upgrade points. I'm going to upgrade my armor so that I'm a little stronger in combat, maybe last a little bit longer. Oh, I can make myself go a little bit faster. This is kind of a cool mechanic. And even, again, doing now 30% damage more. I like that. Okay, so I've got this awesome cannon. I got my team behind me. And let's see if we can try to get over to this hive room. We got a lot of people in front of us. Oh my god, there's like these things bouncing around the ground right now. What are those little guys?
So those are babblers. Those guys they were in Natural Selection 2, but they didn't really have a role in combat before. What we've done is we've given the aliens an ability to shoot an egg full of them out. And they're little aliens that will just distract the other team. They'll do quite a bit of damage if you don't get rid of them. So they're very useful for anti-personnel. And it's the support alien that gets them, the Gorge.
Alright, that's awesome.
Soldiers are under attack.
Being that this, again, is kind of like it's part of the NS universe. So again, some of the items in here people are going to be used to if they played NS2. Some of the items are going to be new, like this cannon. Let's talk about something we talked about in the last Q&A about just the LMG And even the knife, like the knife has come back, right? Instead of an axe that people that played NS2 are used to. I have an axe in my hand right now. How do I get the knife?
If you, I don't think it's in the buy menu, but if you type buy knife in the console, you'll get it. Buy space knife.
Okay, now I've got myself this cool little knife. And this is kind of a throwback to the original Natural Selection, correct?
Yes, it is. So that was one of the weapons in the Half-Life mod, Natural Selection, and that we've then brought back in. That was a community mod. It was originally a community mod, and we've asked them to let us use the models and stuff in this game. So we're really glad that they've done that. That was Easy Jamming and Ice who did those.
Awesome. Well, it looks really cool. Now,
And
one of the other things that I've noticed, and again, you know, we are kind of playing to both crowds here. There are some people that know the game, some people that have never seen Natural Selection 2, let alone Combat before. In this buy menu, you've got other things like a scanner, resupply, you know, kind of like these commander drop items, things you would normally get from, you know, from your, you know, kind of your captain of your team.
Mm-hmm.
How does that mechanic work here? So if I choose one of those things, is it going to like randomly drop for me?
Yeah. So the abilities that you get, a lot of them are sort of personal versions of the ones that in the original Natural Selection 2 would have been dropped by your commander. So the scan is just like a personal scanner, like a motion tracker type thing that comes out of you every now and then and reveals where the enemies are. You've also got buildings that you can drop, and that's something that's new. In the original Combat, you couldn't do that. So that's something that's really changed the game a bit. You can make a little fortress in the middle of the level that really helps your team hold off an area.
All right. Okay, totally took out myself a lurk there. Now, one of the things I also noticed in that buy menu, though, that I've never seen before is like sentry turrets and armory and things like that. Can I actually drop newer equipment than what some people might be used to?
No, you can't. Just those buildings.
Okay.
They're useful as a sort of support. If you don't want to play a full-on attack character, you can sit, you know, somewhere in the level and just build a little fortress there. And that's really becomes a focal point for the map. It changes the dynamics of it when you build one like that.
So, one thing that I'm also noticing in the buy menu is the ability to refund all my points.
Yeah.
So, if I use this mechanic, I die, but now all of the points that I've gained from my experience are available for me to choose a different tech path, correct?
That's correct, yeah. So at any point in the game, if you're bored of what you're doing, you hit that and it will let you choose everything again.
So now I can say I want myself, let's see, a light machine gun, a jetpack, get me some armor, we'll go full weapons.
I think reload speed is my favorite one.
Alright, so now I can fly. Very poorly and choppily because I'm just bad like that. Alright, so now I've got jetpacks. I've got this cool new rifle which looks amazing.
Okay, so I guess explaining the fundamental weapon upgrade path. Upgrade that. If you're really good at aiming, the shotgun then becomes your main weapon, and that if you can land a shot on somebody, it's really effective. But you need to be quite good at twitch shooters for it to be the most effective. Yeah.
I'm seeing a phase gate here, so wow, so I can actually teleport to a location if someone has spent their money on this item, and then this allows me to kind of move forward. Oh, it's a mini armory. I like this. All right, so this is kind of the Marine side, right? I mean, this is, you know, you gear up, you tech up, and you move in and try to take out this hive.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Has anyone switched to one of the robot suits yet? Because that's also quite a key thing that happens later in the game.
We can go ahead and do that ourselves.
I think you can do it now. You should be able to.
I actually am stuck outside of the map. which is great.
Might want to kill yourself for that.
I'm gonna kill myself. That's right, folks. I'm condoning my own suicide after getting stuck in the game. It's just not worth it.
Yeah, as I said, it's still an alpha. There's still little issues like that we're working through.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and refund myself, so I have enough points to buy an EXO here. Wait to respawn in. All right, so now I'm here. I got 14 points. I can be a railgun EXO. Is a railgun like the cannon?
Very much, yes.
Okay.
It doesn't have the explosive, but it does a lot more damage than the cannon does. It's like a real, if you can aim it well, then it's a very powerful weapon to use.
And then we got a minigun. I like the idea of a minigun. Yeah. Okay, so the minigun has this looks like, I'm guessing that's overheat. Yeah, like I'm getting red, so I can shoot it as much as I want until it overheats. Or
that's
I can, kind of regulate how much it overheats. Oh, I got a claw. I can hit stuff. Mm-hmm. Okay, this is awesome. All right, so now I'm going to go in and okay, so now because I own this, my upgrades are very selective now because obviously there's things that I don't need. Okay,
yes, so it will refund everything you couldn't buy, and you're very much stuck to damage, armor, speed upgrades, I think. Now, there's one that regenerates your armor as well, which is very useful.
So if I have enough points and I've, say, spent 10 points on buying weapons and stuff, if I buy an EXO, it will refund all those other upgrades so that the points are available to me. Okay, I love that.
That's correct, yeah.
All right, so
yeah, we try to make it as easy as possible.
Nano armor, that's cool. Now I got some nano armor, and we're going to do some other damage here.
Upgrade complete.
And why is it important to buy armor itself for the EXO? Does that increase my health? Oh, it does.
Yeah, so the base exosuit relies on armor, and you're actually quite weak without those upgrades. You'll find that you'll die quite quickly. The armor upgrades are quite key.
Now, I can't use a phase gate as an EXO, though, right?
I don't think you can, no.
I can't. I mean, I think that would be kind of weird.
I don't think you need to. You just stomp around. You're pretty hard to kill on your own, so they have to gang up on you to kill you.
Come here. Come here. I want to punch you. All right, so incoming. Whoa. Okay, so these skulks are jumping around my feet. You can see that inside this robot, it's not like you're just, a god in this thing. You move a little bit slower. Your mechanics are not maybe as quick as your response would be. But you can do a lot of damage, it looks like.
Yes,
this gorgeous spitting these things at me. Okay, now I overheated. I'm going to punch this gorge. Yeah.
So what you'll find is it's better if your teammates help you out. If you're in that robot suit, you're still kind of vulnerable without a few of your teammates around to help weld you. They can boost your health using the welder, so they can really increase your effectiveness and how long you live.
Okay, so I've had fun playing as Marine, but I have to say, I kind of want to play as the aliens.
Okay.
Right? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go back to the ready room. Oh, all right, so I'm in the ready room now. Again, I've got the options. I can go random. I can choose Marines. But like I said, in this case, I'm going to go aliens. Oh my god, staring at other aliens. Alright. Alright, so now I'm in. I got 15 upgrade points. Let's look at the... Whoa, okay, the alien buy menu.
Totally different, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so, I mean, this is kind of... You've got to hand it to the guys at Unknown Worlds who did the original Natural Selection 2. The two sides are just so different in terms of the way they play, in terms of, the tactics that might be valid for one or the other. So we've really tried to continue that. So each one really feels totally different to the other.
Okay, so I can be a flying guy, which is alert.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, as I scroll over all of these abilities that are out here, I can see that I have all these different items. So...
Yeah. Okay, so I guess the upgrade path for the aliens, you start as a very small dog-like alien that can crawl on the walls, that's very reliant on stealth, and they're quite weak, relatively speaking. And then as you go on, you can either become a support alien, or that's something that can build buildings and can sort of heal the rest of your team. One that can fly, so they actually fly around the level, they gas people, they're quite good at detecting where the enemies are and harassing. And then the final two, one of them is like the xenomorph from the Alien films. They can teleport around. They are quite a lot more dangerous than the other ones. And the final one is a giant rhinoceros creature. And this is the one that can eat the other team using the Devour ability. They're very powerful, and you need to really gang up on them quick if they come around.
So I'm just loading up on like everything here because this is great. Acidic Vengeance.
Yeah. So this is a new ability we've introduced. It just, whenever you die, a gas cloud will come out, and it will really hurt the person who killed you if they stick around too long in that place.
That's obviously glass. All right. So I'm flying around. I've got this cool mechanic. I've got cool upgrades. I can spray this Umbra Cloud. Again, from the bottom of the screen, I can track where my level is. I'm getting XP. So very similar to the Marine. It's just, different life forms. All the other mechanics kind of work the same.
Yes.
And I just got blown up with a grenade.
Yeah, so the core gameplay mechanic of you gain levels and then you buy upgrades, that's the same. But in terms of visualization on the Alien side, just because of how the different classes play, and we've added some new abilities as well to try and really flesh that out a bit more. So yeah, hopefully you'll see them in a sec.
So I'm gonna become a Gorge. Of course, every time I click Gorge, I seem to die.
If you need to make yourself invincible, we can do that. Yeah.
No, I mean in the sense that I buy.
Oh, have you got a bug? Oh, sorry.
Okay, no, there we go. Okay, I hit re-evolve. That was my problem. It's my own stupidity, folks. Okay, this Gorge. Again, I've got all these same kind of things, but so down in the bottom of the buy menu, it looks like these are your individual life form upgrades. Like these are specific to your life form. Okay. So specific to the Gorge, I've got Bio Bomb, which can throw a ball of bio that dissolves armor. So it's like acid. Okay. And then Babbler Bomb. Oh my god, Babbler Bomb. I'm totally doing this. Where is this?
So Babblers are these little aliens that, they're not player controllable, but they're really, really annoying. They come up in groups. Yeah.
Okay, so this is great. I launched this like egg thing, and now all of these little guys come out, and they'll attack and do light damage.
Yeah. So they'll do sort of light damage. They can be dangerous if you get. Let's say you throw 3 of these eggs. That will put quite a lot of them onto the field, and they become quite a danger if you let them out. So.
Am I limited to how many eggs I can throw? Like, will my guys die if I throw too many eggs?
Yeah, so there's a limit. We've obviously they could be a bit laggy to the server if we just let you through as many as you like. Had a few bugs like that, which were quite fun. But yeah, but there's enough that they'll be really, really annoying to anyone who gets in their way.
Okay, so just kind of like on the Marines, when I'm choosing things like celerity, is it just one level?
No, so each of the upgrades has generally the upgrades that increase your stats. They'll have multiple levels of upgrades, so you can really overspec in that particular field to get, to really build that character out the way you want to play it. And certain strategies become viable when you do that wouldn't have otherwise been available.
Oh my god, we won! I don't know how we won, but we won. Okay, so there's a great question coming in, and I think the best way to do it is probably jump in as Alien. Oh, we're going to change the map? Oh, we're going to see a new map?
Loads of people. Yes, probably.
Okay, so we're totally going to check out a new map now, and this is kind of exciting. So not only did we get to see the first reveal of a map, we're going to see another new map, right? And we're going to expect to see new maps in general?
Yes, so there's going to be 5 maps at launch. Now, people who've played NS2 Combat might be familiar with them. Like the old, the mod version of it. But we've spent ages tuning the maps to make them really balanced, to really improve the visuals, really kind of get them this level of polish that they didn't have before. So hopefully you like them. And we've got more maps to come. The other thing about the maps is that they are actually part of an overarching lore that we've been working on. So the maps are actually connected in terms of what each map what each level will be as part of an overarching story structure. And we're not quite sure where to go with that, but hopefully we can breathe a bit of life into the maps in terms of a connection, a storyline.
And I'm going to also make a suggestion real quick. If you don't mind, Alex, would you check your settings on Twitch? I had to stop my local recording of this just because it was a little bit too much with everything I've got going on. Could you make sure that the archive setting is on so that today's show is saved and other people can see it?
I think I turned it on earlier, but I'll double check.
Beautiful. Okay, so now I'm a Skulk. The game's really just started. I've got no experience. Well, I've got 61 experience till next level. All right. Oh, look at this. Okay, so there's like this alien flashlight. So...
Yeah, so this is a different alien flashlight than the one that was in Natural Selection 2. It's kind of like Predator vision. We really like the way it feels. So you can see very easily where the aliens are. Yeah, where the enemies are.
I like the blue too. I mean, that's really pretty. Okay, so as Skulk, everybody in the alien team starts out as a Skulk right away, right? I'm going around, I'm biting people, and then obviously I'm getting my points now. I'm still a Skulk, but now I can invest it again in things like Carapace, which is going to give me armor, Celerity, which is going to give me speed, and Regen, which is going to regain my health. All right, this is great. All right, so let's go faster.
Yeah. So, I mean, my favorite strategy with the Skulk is actually to forego those kinds of upgrades and go for one of the ones that makes you invisible, which I think is like, once you've got that, it unlocks this whole other world of things that you can do. So you can just hide on a ceiling completely invisibly, jump out, and surprise people. I think it's great when you've worked that bit out.
All right. So, yeah, okay. Oh, so that's Phantom. You are silent when moving and attacking and invisible when standing still. All right, so let's go ahead and grab that. So as we can see, as I stand still, and I've gone like translucent here.
Yeah, so your teammates can see you, but the enemies will not be able to see you if you're standing still. You can actually walk, and you have a sort of faint glow. You're faintly visible when you're walking. But if you're hiding on the ceiling, most people won't see you. I just wanted to address a couple of the questions that came up. First off, someone's asked if there's a spawn queue, and yes, there is a spawn limit in terms of when you die, you will take a while before you respawn, and that changes as the level goes on. Late game, you take longer to respawn, and in overtime, you take a really long time to respawn, because we want to make it so if one team gains an advantage, they can then really push on that. I've lost the chat history, unfortunately, when I went and changed that archive setting.
We've got Odekin in there responding as well.
Okay.
Oh, okay, so this is Marine Start, and I'm getting scanned, it looks like. So, yeah, like my body's kind of lighting up there. Does that mean that they can see me?
They can see you, yeah. So you can't be invisible if someone has got scanned. So for pretty much every ability we've got, there is a counter on the other team that will, if you know someone's using that strategy, you can counter it by changing your upgrades path. So people will often switch upgrade paths mid-game just to address something like that.
All right. So, I've gotten a few points here. I can see some people are starting to evolve into different creatures. I'm going around getting some kills. A little bit harder to kind of see the Marines. So, that flashlight can be a good ability for a lot of aliens to kind of discern, the actual combat that's going on.
Yeah, well, the other part to the flashlight is that the aliens can knock out the power. So they can just turn the lights off for about 30 seconds. And when they do that, they're in a huge advantage because they can see perfectly well. And the Marine team are kind of stranded. They're struggling. They've just got the flashlights. And that does work as a turnaround point. So someone will cut the lights, and then suddenly the aliens have this advantage.
Okay, so I can't go fade until I'm level 7.
Yep.
Let's try to buy. Yeah.
Okay, so we just had a question from someone on the Twitch stream. Does the fade get metabolized? So I believe metabolize was an old ability in Natural Selection 1, which let you just regenerate your health. If you were standing still, you could kind of use some of your energy to do that. We've not put that in the game, but we've got a couple of regeneration mechanics. We've got a regen ability which you can max out. That really kind of, if you get away from the action, you'll regenerate naturally quite quickly with that. And there's also a vampiric bite, which means if any damage you do, you'll be getting health for that, which can be very useful for helping you survive.
Alright, so I'm almost to fade. We'll so show off some of the fade mechanics here in just a little bit. Just need to get myself some more.
I should point out, by the way, in the last game, we never showed off Devour.
Oh. Okay, so when I get to go to Onos,
maybe we can do that later.
Yeah, so let's show off the fade right now. Let's go ahead and evolve as fade. Okay, I'm now in fade. All the abilities that I had previously researched, because they can be used with the fade, I keep those abilities, so that's cool. Oh! Alright, I just right-clicked and I'm kind of like floating and flying.
Yeah, so that's called Blink. It's one of the abilities you get at the start is the fade. And it lets you effectively become like a ghost character for a while. You have this blue trail that comes behind you. And it's really good for getting around places. It lets you effectively fly for short periods of time. And it's the sort of signature ability of the fade. It's actually like,
but I ran
it's
out of
okay,
energy.
but yeah, you run out of energy and then you're stuck. So the other ability they have is called Shadow Step, which makes you do a sort of just very quick movement in one direction. And that's really good for just like if someone's got a shotgun, you can really quickly get away from them. So that's another way of playing, and the two go together quite well. Someone's asked a question about whether we've done anything to prevent Xenocide from being so powerful. Yes, we have. We've really balanced it. So what we've done is reduce the amount of damage it does, and the plan is to have it so that as the moment you turn on the Xenocide ability, which is a late game ability for that dog alien, the skull, you start to activate, and then you will take a lot of extra damage when you're in Xenocide mode. So you're very easy to kill, which means that if you're not in the right place when you press the fire button, you can get killed before you have enough chance to move towards where the enemies are.
Now, someone says instant evolving. It does seem pretty quick every time I choose an item.
It's instant. You can only evolve near your hive, though. So, unlike the original Natural Selection or Natural Selection 2, where you can turn into an egg anywhere you like, in Combat, you're restricted to doing that in your hive room. So we decided to make it instant because there's not really much point in waiting.
Okay, that's me getting killed pretty easily there. Alright, so let's see. I'm going to do the give XP.
Yeah,
it's not
good
on.
call. I'll turn them on.
Yeah, turn it on real quick. Just so I can show everybody what Onos is like here.
Try now.
Oh, yeah. I'm level 11. Alright, so we just want Devour here. Other things here. Bone Shield. Okay, so I kind of like hunker down and I create a human shield or a Onos shield out of that.
That's really useful for defending the hive because you're pretty much invulnerable from the front. You can take a hell of a lot of damage. So if you just stand in front of the hive where the enemies are trying to kill it, you can deflect a lot of the damage that's getting done. But I think Devour is my favorite ability there.
Okay, so Devour is this head icon, right? Okay.
Yes, yeah. So this one is a charge-up ability. You hold it down for a little time. He'll do a sort of stomp movement, like you can see him rearing up on his legs. And you have to hit them at the right time, but then they will be out of the game for, they'll be in your stomach for about 10 seconds. But it's a risky move.
I ate him!
Yeah.
Oh, and now I can see this little icon of a human, and there he goes. Okay. Whoa, that was awesome.
Yeah. So on his side, he will be seeing the what we saw in the reveal video, where you are inside the stomach. And one thing he can do to you while he's inside is to actually do you damage while he's inside. So if someone is doing that, they are, in theory, it makes you quite vulnerable because that's doing a lot of damage to you. So there's a price. You might not always want to be doing that, but it's very effective at certain.
If I remember right, in NS1, the Devour was like kind of fast, wasn't it? I mean,
Yeah, it was
okay,
instant, I think.
So, in order to kind of change the mechanic a little bit, maybe to be a little more fair, or maybe to get people to like it a little bit more, there's now that kind of charge up ability for it, right?
Yes,
so it's not as easy to just devour somebody instantly.
It's a skill shot. I mean, its primary focus actually is to act as a countermeasure to people with jetpacks. So you can actually devour people in the air more easily. So if someone's got a jetpack, they're flying around. The aliens aren't very good at killing things that are flying. So this is a way of just getting a pesky player out of the way, and at no small cost to yourself, but you're able to do it at least.
All right.
So we just had a question from Nui about whether the game is going to be on Steam, and the answer is yes. The game will be on Steam. We haven't yet got the store page up, but we expect to do that hopefully next week. And we've got a build that will work on Steam. We just have to go ahead and go through those development processes of getting it up there. But that should happen pretty soon. In terms of a release date, we don't have a release date, but we're aiming for summer, sometime in the summer. Hopefully, within that sort of time frame. We haven't got a specific date though.
We keep referencing, Natural Selection 2, which, this is again based in that universe. Mm-hmm. But you didn't develop Natural Selection 2. That's a different company. So
no.
Who is Faultline Games?
Okay, so, Faultline Games really started as a mod team. We began developing this combat mod for Natural Selection 2 about 2 years ago, and it obviously has evolved over time. Natural Selection 2 itself has grown since then, and then the team grew quite a bit, and we decided to start making our own games. And actually we started working on a different game in Unity for a while, and we were approached by Unknown Worlds, who said, well, look, we really like the mod, we think it could go somewhere. Would you be interested in making it into a full standalone expansion? And of course we said yes. This is like such an amazing opportunity. So that's who we are. We are fundamentally, we've evolved from that mod team to become something more of a professional studio now. But we've kept some of the things that sort of allowed us to function quite well as a mod team. So we've run very collaboratively, and we have a lot of input from a lot of the community as well.
So obviously that means when this game goes on sale, this is going to benefit Faultline Games to hopefully inspire a future after Combat.
That's the plan, yeah. Obviously we want to support Combat as well. It's our aim that this is really, the features we've developed, there's still a lot of potential for us to improve the game further. And there's a lot of things we haven't shown you yet because they're not finished. So we have a new game mode planned. There's potential for multiple new game modes. We've got a lot of ideas in terms of that. And also things we can do with the stats system in terms of community-generated content as well. That's something we're really keen to develop and have as part of the game. So,
are you currently looking for people to test the game for you and give you feedback?
That's right, yes. So we have a playtest team that we're currently expanding. We're going to need a few players around to test the stats system before that goes live. So if you want to apply, I would suggest heading to our website, probably not today, but tomorrow. We'll make sure the link's on there. It's faultlinegames.com. And if you keep an eye on our Twitter as well, we will definitely post some links on there.
Okay, well, this game is ridiculously fun. I cannot get over the fact that it's just that instant combat. You are just diving right in Xenocide. Yep. Okay. I'm going to explode. This is going to be awesome.
Yeah, so Xenocide's a great ability. It was criticized in the past for being slightly too powerful, but I think we've got the balance about right now. It's good.
All right, so there you guys see it. You kind of build up, you detonate yourself, essentially, and it gives you a couple seconds to kind of get to your area of impact. Boom! Oh, I love it. Well, Alex, is there anything else that you want to talk about with what we're seeing today? It's been kind of incredible that we've gotten a real opportunity to look into the game and actually play as some of these characters, seeing some of the new stuff that's coming in. But what else? What else is there that you maybe want to show people?
Well, there's still a lot of stuff we haven't shown you. We've got a few new abilities on the way that they're incubating. They're not quite ready to show the public yet. And we've got that new game mode. We've got a lot of work to do in terms of getting it ready for matchmaking and for giving you stats and achievements, etc. So this is the core gameplay, but there's more to come, is what I would say. And obviously, hopefully do more streams later where we can show you some of that.
Now, do you expect all these mechanics to kind of be in the game right when you launch the game, or are you hoping to evolve the game over time?
I think we'll have a lot. There's more stuff that will be in before release, but we're also going to be evolving the game. We've got a lot of ideas, but just things that we will execute later. So we've got the plans. We know how we're going to do them. Perhaps some of the artists have started working on them, but they're not wired into the game, and they're certainly not production ready yet. So we'll hold fire on those until we've actually got to the point where we're released, and then we might do some announcements about those.
All right. Well, this is flipping awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and
Glad you like
switch
it.
back to the video mode here as my computer gets all cranky at me for everything that we're doing. So, I mean, this is just too cool. I kind of actually want to see. Yeah, someone's asking to get devoured. I'm gonna go Marine again because I think
Should we do
need
that?
to see this. I think
Let's see if we can get someone
I think we need to
devour
really
you.
see this happen.
I'm going to quickly go on to TeamSpeak where all the testers are. Hold on.
I have to say that I like how quickly I spawn in as well. Like, it doesn't
Yes.
feel like I'm waiting and waiting and waiting.
Yes, we really wanted it so that you don't have to wait too long before you're in the game. You don't want to sit around for a long time. We do still want to make death something that you don't want to be doing. Like, it's frustrating. So we've kind of hopefully got that balance right, where you're waiting for a little while and then you'll be back in. I won't be a second. I'm just going to mute my microphone on here so I can ask the guys to devour you.
Oh, thank you. Okay. This cannon is awesome, guys. You guys can see it happening right there. You can see my pure excitement as I do this. What I like about the cannon is that, again, it's exploding. You know, there's that area of effect, which is great. Oh, there's a gorge right there. Oh, that little bugger.
It's really good at clearing the babblers. It's a great ability for that. It just wipes them out. Very good counter to the babblers.
Okay, and it almost looked like I was on speed there as I changed my cartridge here. That's because I've increased... Oh, that's a whip on the wall. Oh, God, that's an Onos. Oh, no, 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 no! Oh! Okay, we're going to do that again because I only had 5 health. So I died almost instantly when I got into his belly. I'm loving this. All right, bring it on, Onos. Bring it on.
Soldiers are under attack.
Well, no, 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 no. Devour me. Rah. I don't think you understand. I want you to devour me, not gore me. All right, well, he's dead. I'm going to get my health back here. And then hopefully I can get gored by... Alright. Eat me. Eat me.
Soldiers are under attack.
Here, Onos. Eat me. There's Odakin. He'll eat me. Oh! Okay. Alright, and then I can actually... Okay, left and right mouse, and I can punch it, and that does damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that will do quite a lot of hurt. The other thing that can happen is the Onos can actually die while you are being devoured, and you will come out. There's an animation for that as well. So
Like
you kind of get yourself out of the stomach, and you're covered in goop when you get out. It's really good.
That's awesome.
Soldiers are under
Alright,
attack.
so I think we've got an Onos over here. Let's just show this one more time. Go ahead and eat me. No, nobody's gonna eat. Oh, okay. So I've been eaten. Oh, and I just like pushed the flap of flesh out of my way. That is awesome.
Yeah. It's great. I mean, it works really well.
God,
obviously, there's more work to do, but yeah.
Oh, Alex, I clapped for you. That was too awesome.
Well, that's the art team. You got to clap for them, really. I just programmed it.
Oh, that was too great. All right, well, I think we've kind of shown everything that's going to be revealed today, right?
Under attack.
I think so. We've done a pretty good run through of the new abilities. I think there'll probably be more Let's Plays in the future as well. There's going to be more abilities coming, but I'm really glad that we got to show everything that, we're really proud of how this is turning out. So, yeah. Have you got any questions for me? Anyone got any questions for me?
Yeah, I mean, the stream,
to answer,
please
so-
ask questions. You just type them there in the chat. Alex is here to answer whatever questions you got. Well, maybe not every question, but
There's certain things I won't talk about, but yeah.
politics being one. We're not going to have politics discussions on here.
It's never a
Obviously,
good
we
idea.
all know that President Hurd was elected by, fair
Your base is under attack.
voting practices.
Okay, so someone's asking about the heavy machine gun, and my answer is no, we haven't got a heavy machine gun. The cannon is our equivalent of that. The minigun is like the heavy machine gun.
Soldiers
Sorry,
are under
carry on.
attack.
So so what you're saying there is that you're not putting it in an HMG because you think that the EXO with the minigun is kind of its counter, and then the
Yes.
cannon is
Command
the new
station
weapon.
taking damage.
Yes. So the cannon gives you a sort of noob-friendly, some way to be effective as a Marine at the late game without too much, skill. That's the plan. In terms of cost, I can't speak about the cost yet. We still need to work that out. We've got some idea, but I can't tell you, so I'm not going to.
And I'm sure the right time and place that'll all be available for you guys to find out.
It'll be when we put ourselves on the Steam store, I think. We'll know then.
And Lurk Lift. I know this is something that's been talked about in the NS2 community by some people. Is this potential for something soon in this game?
I think if you wanted to make it as a mod, you could. The game's very moddable. If you want to add new upgrades, it's quite easy. I'll post a modding guide. So if someone's got a Lurk Lift piece of code and you want to wire it up as an upgrade, no problems.
So you'll be workshop compatible?
Yes.
Awesome.
Workshop compatible, and obviously it was written by modders, so we're trying to make it as mod friendly as possible.
Great. Well, I know that, Alex, before we started this today, you talked about wanting to give away a prize to the stream.
Yeah, I did.
Should we do something like that?
I think we could, yeah. Who wants a prize?
People watching right now, we've got, a little over 20
we should
people
probably say
checking
what
it
the
out.
prize is.
The
Yes.
prize today is, I believe, a Logitech G35 headset, brand new
That's
in the
right.
box, courtesy of Faultline Games, and of course our great friends at Logitech. They're pretty awesome guys.
Okay, so
And-
how do we actually give the prize out? This is
Okay,
the part-
so
right.
if you log into Moobot, your little Moobot panel,
Oh, have I got this?
you can
Okay.
start a raffle. And I know all of
That's
our
exciting.
Twitch people know what to do next.
Okay, so I'm in Moobot.
Scroll down to the giveaway.
Guided tour. Right, giveaway.
Oh no! 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 Oh.
Trying to find giveaway.
Under attack.
It's down at the bottom of the.
Do I have to buy something for that, or
No.
it thinks I'm not a moderator? That's why. Hold on, I'm totally a moderator.
Command station under attack.
Die, Gorgie.
Okay, now I'm a moderator.
All
Let's try again.
No! A 3v3 taco.
Your base is under attack. Command station taking
Okay.
damage.
Hopefully we're getting there.
It's okay. I'm stuck in the roof, but I killed a Fade.
Soldiers are under attack.
Okay, so Moobot is not working. So I'm just going to have to pick people at random, I think.
Okay. So, if you're watching this stream right now, there's about 24 of you. One of you
Okay.
guys is about to randomly win a headset. What we'll need you to do is, if you do win, you're going to message Faultline Games on Twitch here with all of your shipping information and all that fun stuff. and they will send it out to you. So let's go ahead and do that. Alex,
Okay.
who is the grand winner?
I'm generating a number between 1 and 24. It is number 23. So that is... Who's that? Undead Wookie?
So, Undead Wookie, are you here? Respond to us, sir. And we're just waiting. Good old Twitch chat. Gotta love Twitch chat. Undead Wookie. We're going to give you 10 seconds. Oh, there he is.
He's there.
All right. Well, congratulations.
Okay. So we just... Yeah. How are you going to do this? Send an email to... How should we do it?
Just message on Twitch. You can message Faultline Games and
call.
give them your real name and your shipping address, and they will send it out to you. That's
Congrats.
pretty awesome. Yeah, congratulations. All right. Well, I think that pretty much does it for today, Alex. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we've covered loads. Obviously, we'll be doing more live streams in the future. The other thing I would like to say is we're trying to pick a game mode name for our new game mode, which is going to be a bit like a capture and hold one. And also for our main game mode, which we're currently calling Combat, but which, if someone can think of a better name, great. I'm going to post the link onto the chat now. So if you guys are interested, we'd love to hear some feedback on what you think. Also, if you've got any further questions, just shoot us an email. You can email me directly at alex@faultlinegames.com.
So you guys have seen NS2 COMBAT today, coming to you soon. Remember, this game is, if you want to pick up a gun or do, alien crazy fun damage and, destruction, buy this game. It is intense. It is, from the moment you start combat, and there's a lot of awesome mechanics. We hope you'll support Faultline Games. I know that us over in the community development team of Natural Selection 2 love these guys, love this game. Really excited to see where it's going. This is really, honestly, guys, my reactions today are very true, because this is the first time in months that I've seen where they've been, and I'm blown away by what we're seeing here. So check out faultlinegames.com. You can gain access potentially to the game to help them test by applying to be a playtester. They're looking for great, dedicated people to help them do that. And I think you have some thank yous as well, right, Alex?
Yeah, I do. So I wanted to say thank you first to Unknown Worlds for developing the original game and for giving us this opportunity to, do the standalone expansion. It's really awesome. We love them. I wanted to thank all of the playtesters, especially like Veterinary and Dizzy, who are our playtest leads. And also the guys who've been doing all the Devour stuff. So that's Apple Juice, Super Effective, Evil Ice, Easy Jammin', and basically everybody else who's contributed to the game. Also Gisp, who's been really helping us with, promotion and getting stuff out there. And also you. Thank you so much, Dylan.
No, thank you. It's my pleasure. Like I said, it's so much fun to watch the development process of any game, but especially with guys like you that are so open with the community as well and really trying to show off everything that's coming. I am very excited to see what happens next with Faultline Games, and especially NS2 COMBAT. So with that, folks, we're going to say sayonara. We'll be back, I'm sure, sometime very soon with yet another Q&A showing off some awesome new stuff. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.
Cool.